Well, thank you very much indeed, Dennis. And the first thing I want us to do is to say a very, very big thank you to Dennis and Charlie for organising today's event. Big round of applause, please. And what I think was absolutely fantastic about the way they've done it is it's all about we. It's about we in the community want to do this, and you have managed through the approach that you've taken to make everybody feel part of today, and that is fantastic. And also, thank you very much indeed to the magnificent band. Big round of applause for them too, please. But where we are standing today, it's not just about commemorating the 30 years since the strike. It's also about a fantastic memorial garden, and that is about remembering those many miners who gave their lives during the course of their work, because let's face it, this was a dangerous industry, and I think it is marvellous that you have got this garden together and that every year you celebrate and remember those people, those men who gave their lives in the mining industry. So it was a dangerous industry, but I think the other side of that was the communities that built up around the mining industry. And Armthorpe is an absolutely classic example of that. But it wasn't just about people who were born in Armthorpe. Armthorpe welcomed people from all parts of the country, and in some instances from other parts of the world. But the warmth of that community made them welcome. And my dad, you know, who was headmaster at Armthorpe Comprehensive, always said that's what made it the best place that he ever worked. It was that strength of community. And who can imagine, I was thinking when Tyler was laying the wreath up at Markham Main, and thinking what young people must think when they turned on the television this week, not only those programmes about the miners' strike, but also when we saw the programmes around the death of Tony Benn, who sadly passed away on Friday, and some of that pictured his role in the miners' strike and the support that he gave. And when young people see that on the television, they must think, how could a government come to power and want to break the spirit of those communities and ruin a whole industry? But that is what happened. And you can see those pictures with communities split apart, with the police and the miners on different sides, and frankly, you know, brutality and deaths that occurred. Now, we have to make sure that that never ever happens again in our society. And you remember at the time, they were saying there is no programme for mass closure. There is no secret plan. But you know what? They've been caught out. Because 30 years on, they have now released the cabinet papers from that time. And it shows that there was a plan, that people were lied to. Even other cabinet members were lied to. And we in the Labour Party have asked for a full apology for the lies that were told and proper transparency about what happened. There needs to be full disclosure so that people, I saw the banner earlier, Justice for the Mine Workers. You know, people need to know exactly what was planned and what they were doing. I also want to follow on from what Glyn said, because he was absolutely right to say that many of the women, strong women who supported their families, played a huge part in the miners' strike. And that went not just for here in Armthorpe, but actually throughout the country. women did come together and say, what is it that we can do to support the miners? And I think we owe a huge debt to those women, and I would like you just to give a round of applause for them again. And I'll finish with just one other recollection. I went to a food bank recently in Doncaster, and the tragedy of it was that you knew that there were families, many of them families on very, very low pay, who were going hungry in this town. But the woman who was organising it, I said, what made you get involved with this? What makes you, give up your time to spend with these people and making sure that they don't go hungry? And she said, I was married to a miner during the miners' strike, and the women at my work collected food for me. And she said, that kept me going. And she said, I just want to do something that pays some of that back. So that spirit of community and solidarity that was there 30 years ago has a legacy in this town, and it has a legacy which I would say strengthens our community. So thank you for inviting me here today, and thank you to everybody who's made it such an excellent and memorable occasion. Thank you.